Hello, welcome to Energy Healing Classes. My name is Jenny Evans, and I am a Reiki Master and Energy Expert. I am the founder of Heart-Centered Healing, Reiki and Energy Therapy, and of the School of Transcendence. And I am married to my sweetheart, Steve. For 20 plus years we've been married, and we have 5 delightful children who are currently ages 9 to 19. I love all things that have to do with energy and with spirit and high frequency and like-minded people. Just a little quick introduction as to why I got into energy therapy. I grew an interest in alternative healing in about my early 30s. So it's been, well, I'll say maybe 14 years ago, something along those lines. I studied herbology first and got my home herbology certificate, and then I stepped into essential oils, and then I stepped into yoga and energy healing. And I want to just tell you a little bit about my first experience with energy healing. So this is how my journey began. I was invited to make some herbal tinctures at a class, and so in the class I was sitting there, and I saw someone a little farther away, and she was doing some emotion code on someone else. She was like rubbing her hand over the top of her head. Well, first she was muscle testing with her hands, and then she was rubbing her hand over the other lady's head and just releasing some energies. And of course, I had never seen anything like that before. And I thought, oh, well, that's really interesting what she's doing. And I kept making my herbs, and my attention could not leave her. My heart kept drawing to her, so I kept watching and watching, and I just couldn't leave it alone. And my spirit kept saying, go talk to her, go talk to her. And I'm like, I can't. I was very introverted and a lot more shy at that time of my life, and was not just going to go up to someone and say, what are you doing? And so I just fought it. I fought it the whole time I'm making my herbs. And I was with a group, and the group finally were like, Jenny, you're not making those right, and you're putting in the wrong things. And I finally said, okay, I just need to stop what I'm doing and follow what the spirit is asking me to do. So I went over and I said, can you tell me what you're doing? And she explained how we have trapped energies in our body or trapped emotions and different things that when they get trapped in the body, they're really heavy, and you just feel heavy. You don't feel light. You can feel depressed, and it can cause aches and pains in the body. And that she was simply releasing them on this other lady. And so my questions continued. Well, how do you know what to release? And she explained about muscle testing and charts that she uses to find out what emotions needed to be released. I'm like, okay, well, that's really cool. And I went back to do my herbs, and Spirit's like, not enough. So I went back over after. I says, after class, would you just mind showing me what you did? And she was so nice. She's like, absolutely. So after class, I went over, and she found like 2 emotions, and I knew that those emotions were something I had gone through, something really hard just like a couple weeks previously, and really traumatic experience. And so there was horror and there was fear trapped in my body. And she says, well, let me show you how to release them. And she quickly released the energies in my body. And I could feel like a tangible release, like an in my body when she let it go. And this was probably at 9:30 at night at this point. And I wrote down some information, and then I went home. And that night I'm laying in bed and I could not sleep. And every time I closed my eyes, I could just see like white lights everywhere. And it was like the spirit said, you need to learn like this. You need to take this and learn. And after a couple hours, I finally said, okay, tomorrow I begin my journey. And it was like that. I could not get enough of it. I was learning, eating, hungry. And I ran into that lady about 3 months later at another convention. And she said, you do not even look like the same person. And it was interesting. She said, I was showing her kind of what I was learning on my own. And she said it took her 3 years to learn what I just had learned in that 3 months. But I was like on a crash course, and I was every second of every day, could not get enough. So that was my beginning journey of energy healing many years ago. So I fell in love with it. And it certainly ignited a passion within me that I knew this was my path and I had to follow it. And it's been such a blessing in my life and the life of my family. I'm not the same person I was in my 30s. In my early 30s, I had young kids. I was so tired all the time. I was short-tempered. I got extremely overwhelmed. And I took in everybody's energy around me, and I didn't know I was doing it. And it would just knock me out. I had to have like a nap every day just to disconnect from the world. And I felt depressed a lot of the time. I ran at a lower frequency. I got viruses a lot. I was drained a lot. And I also felt like I was attacked by a lot of darkness. And I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know how to handle it. I was on a very steep spiritual journey in my own life also. And so I just needed to have something to help balance everything that I was going through. So I learned these tools and techniques along the way. They helped me to be light, happy, and clear. I can say that I have learned how to heal my life. And I've learned how to take control of my life and my body, and to bring my mind and my spirit and my body into a place of healing. And I can say I live a very healthy, abundant, joyful, creative life now. I love my life, and I can fully enjoy my family, my employment, and my spirituality in a way that I never could before. I live at a higher vibration of love, or at vibrations even above love, and I rejoice in my life. I feel alive and happy to be here on this planet. And I couldn't say all of that 10, 15 years ago. My healing journey has been beautiful. And all of these classes basically are going to teach you the tools that I learned along the way that were invaluable to me and my journey. And I want to share them with you in hopes that you too can use them to bless your life and the lives of others. I began in the later part of my energy healing journey teaching Reiki classes. I stepped into Reiki after I learned a lot of energy healing, and I fell in love with Reiki and were able to use all the tools that I had learned in energy healing in my Reiki practice. And so I had this huge binder that when I would work on clients, I would flip through my binder and find certain things. So if they had blocks in their chakras and it wasn't ready to just release, that needed to be identified and talked about, I would flip through my binder and find, okay, this is what this is. And my students began to see that and notice that. And my Reiki students said, we want to have the information in that binder. We want all those tools. And so that began the quest in me to begin creating these classes. And I'm thankful for them in asking me to do that, because I feel like this is valuable not only for them, but for anyone else who wants to step into energy healing. The question is, why take these classes? And my first question is, do you have an interest in alternative healing and alternative modalities? And have you desired to have skills, ability, and power to heal and improve your own life and maybe help the life of your family members? Or even if you want to step in as a practitioner. Have you desired to help others in their healing journey and wanted to know how to do that? These classes are meant to help you with all of that. This series of classes is meant for those who desire to expand their skills and knowledge in energy healing. A basic understanding of energy healing and clearing energies is helpful, but it's not mandatory in taking the class. If you don't have any experience consciously clearing energies of the body, like when I started, I had no idea what they were doing in my herbology class, then I recommend taking a beginning energy healing course, and hopefully it'll be up on the website as you look at it. That's something that I have yet to create, but I hope to offer that for you. Here's a list of recommended books to read to maybe help assist in beginning teaching. I started with The Emotion Code by Bradley Nelson. That was my first book. And then Feelings Buried Alive Never Die by Carol Trueman is amazing. And Hands of Light, A Guide to Healing Through the Human Energy Field by Barbara Brennan. Those are all fabulous beginning reading books that I recommend. If you've taken a Reiki class, that definitely counts. Although I've had students who have taken these energy courses without taking any previous Reiki classes, and they could catch on quite quickly, even any other energy classes. So it's not mandatory. Just if you feel like you want something preparatory to these classes, those might give you some idea. In the series of these classes, you will gain experience and knowledge in moving and clearing the energies of the body. You're going to learn how to heal and master the 4 lower bodies. And that's something I will teach you, that we're not just our physical body. We have a physical body, we have an emotional body, a mental body, and a spiritual body. And all of those have different types of energies in them that need to be healed. You're going to enjoy the quick answers, charts, and graphs that can be used in your practice or even used for yourself or family for quick references and healing. You'll get to have those included in your class. You're going to, in several of the classes, there are meditations, healing exercises that will be given throughout the courses and for you to practice and experience and learn as you go and heal as you go. You'll also get to learn how to get quick answers to questions, including muscle testing, opening your intuition, feeling. I'm going to teach you a variety of ways of how to get yes and no answers. This is in class 2, and some people choose to actually start there instead of class 1, but I feel like if you start class 1 without this one in class 2, you'll still be just fine. You are going to learn how to heal painful relationships and experiences. We've all gone through one form or another of a painful experience or relationship in our life, or know people who have. You're going to gain some valuable meditations and tools to help heal those. You will also gain some tools to learn how to heal depression and other mental illnesses and energies. You're going to learn about the energies of spiritual light, and you will learn about your own entourage of heavenly help in healing, including calling upon your angels, your guides, and God for help and assistance. You have so much help available to you to help you, but we need to learn how to do that and who to call upon. So you will also receive powerful healing and clearing prayers and mantras to use in your healing. Throughout the courses, you will learn how to identify and clear spiritual darkness. This might include negative entities, cord cutting, releasing vows and soul contracts and obligations that you may have that's influencing your life and pulling on your energy. You will learn how to protect your own energy and how to clear your energy. You will learn about empaths and why many take others' energies upon them that are not theirs. In the courses, you will learn about the 7 chakras of the body, and you will be guided in a healing meditation in each one of the chakras. You will gain valuable healing tools, quick answer charts, and affirmations for each of the chakras. You will learn how to heal at the root level, which is often in our genetics or even before we came here. So you will learn how to do generational clearing, and even if you're open to past life clearing, some call it pre-earth life clearing and regression. So that will be a fun class. One of the benefits of taking this online class is you get to do it at your own time, in your own home and at your very own pace. So many people wanted to take classes in person, and yet they just couldn't get away from their home responsibilities, or maybe it was too far away from them. So this gives an opportunity for you, wherever you are in the world, and at whatever time of day is best for you, to take these classes. By the end of the classes, you will have a magnificent toolbox of resources and skills. So in preparation for taking the class, number 1, I recommend that as the classes are downloaded, it will download a PDF and it will download a video. So I recommend that you download the PDF document, print it off, and that's included in each class's download previous to watching the video. So do that before. If you like being organized, I suggest putting each PDF in a 3-ring binder with it sectioned off by numbers for each section or class. Some charts need a color printer for best visuals. If you don't have a color printer, that's okay. You could maybe save it on a thumb drive and get it printed off at a copy center. I just love color, and and I do better when I have color chart graphs. So you may be the same as me. Otherwise, you can just print it off in black and white. This way, as you begin healing, you can quickly find what charts and materials you will need for healing. I have my charts and graphs in plastic protection sheets, and I usually have that at the beginning of my binder. And then I will, if I want more information, then I go through the numbered part of the binder to get more information about it. But my quick reference charts, I usually keep at the very beginning. You can organize yours how you want to, but this is how I organized mine. Next, after you've got your PDF, watch the video and pause as needed to process what you're learning and to practice what's being taught. Between classes, review the material and practice on yourself or others. This will increase your ability and your confidence. So take it at your own pace. Some people are going to need a couple weeks between each class to practice the material. Some people might need a month or so between classes. If you were like me and you're extremely hungry and you want to climb super, super fast, you might get through a class in a couple days and then be ready to hop on to your next class. But please follow your own intuition at when you are ready to take your next class. So, with that preparation, I am so excited for you to begin this journey in your healing, your energy healing for you, and to be able to assist your family or anyone else that you wish to assist in energy healing. And I send you lots of encouragement as you go forward in these classes, and have a fabulous day.